I want to go and show that World Supercross got me ready.
Max, you are the defending world champion. You're coming into Vancouver. What's at stake for you here?
I think, you know, coming in with a #1 plate, the red background, to win a world championship was always a dream. I always, from when I was 7 years old, I said I want to be a world champion, and to do it with World Supercross was something extremely special last year. And coming into Vancouver round 1, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to race it with everything going on this year with switching teams. Now I'm on the Yamaha, but the Monster Energy Star Yamaha crew have got it figured out. We're coming to Vancouver. I've never raced in Canada before, so I've raced pretty much everywhere else in the world, but Canada is a new one. So excited about that, and you know, I loved World Supercross the last few years that I've raced, and excited to be able to come to do round 1.
And your goal last year was obviously to be world champion and the first British rider to do so.
Yeah.
Has it sunk in, that history that you've created there?
I guess, yes, but it's weird. You just get straight back to work, and you know, you want to win more races. That's the next plan. But you know, coming off of that, you know, with my whole crew last year, the Firepower Honda crew, they did a fantastic job, and then moving on into this season, I raced Supercross with them in the US, and then things shifted, and you know, as this industry goes, from one day to the next, everything changes, and I do think World Supercross was a massive part of me being able to get this Monster Energy Star Yamaha deal, and moving forward, being at the pinnacle top of a team. I think now, coming into Vancouver, it's going to be great to see how that bike works in World Supercross, and put on a show. You know, we all saw what happened when Eli Tomac came to race Cardiff at the first round. You know, it was incredible, and you know, of course, being on this bike and crew, I'm really looking forward to being able to do that and progress and see where it takes me.
Is there something else that you can pinpoint to why you love World Supercross so much?
I think for me, the last 2 years we've had around in the UK, we had Cardiff and Birmingham. That was amazing because I don't get to race back at home very often. But for me to come back home and race and have my family and friends see me race Supercross, because they don't, unless they get on a plane to come to the US, it's not the same, you know. So that's been incredible, and also just the travelling. I've always been, you know, I grew up racing MXGP, and travelling the world, racing Australia was something pretty cool. That stadium is really special there. And also Abu Dhabi was something pretty cool. So it's just the travel, and I guess I'm used to that in a way, and it just worked out.
Yeah. Along the similar, let's call it, lines of racing in front of friends and family, you're now a dad.
Oh yeah.
So has racing changed for you in any way?
It's a bit more stressful in the mornings. So like today, I'm a bit late, and little guy's a bit jet lagged and screaming and kicking up, and it gives you an appreciation for why we do it. You know, when I go to races alone now, I'm like, yeah, I'm going there, it's business, but I'm like, oh, it's kind of not boring, but like, when you get a little bit older, you realise that, all right, I want to do this to show my little one and things, the world, and show him, you know, Daddy loves to ride his bike, and I like doing what I do, and I don't know, it's cool. It's a whole different dynamic, but yeah, I love it at the moment. So.
Yeah, hopefully there's going to be a day in the very near future where he can come to World Supercross and watch you clinch your second world championship. I mean, can you even imagine that? Have you allowed yourself to think about that?
No, it's one step at a time at the moment. I've learned in my career, it's crazy because I raced a 250 in GPs, got to 23, started racing 450s, thought, oh, I'm never going to race a 250 again. I didn't get to win an MXGP 250 world title. That was what I set out to do. I ended up third. I won a lot of races, but it didn't fully click. And then I never thought I'd be on a 250 again. A few years later, I'm back racing a world championship, racing World Supercross, where I feel like it was made for me. I'm good at Supercross. Coming out of the UK, you know, that's not typically a thing that the UK riders are great at. I got to win a world championship. So for me, it's one of those where I've learned in my life and in my career that you can never say never, and you can't plan too far ahead because it all changes. And here we are. I'm back on a 250 racing. Even racing here on a 250. You know, racing World Supercross. It's incredible team, incredible crew, and yeah, 10 years ago I wouldn't have dreamed it. Even 5 years ago I wouldn't have dreamed it. So it's just the way that this world and the sport works. It's trying not plan too far ahead and just go, all right, I'll focus on the next best thing and do the best job I can at what I'm at. And but yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice to get another one.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think even 5 years ago you couldn't dream it because of injuries?
I mean, injuries, but it's also just World Supercross wasn't even a thing back then 5 years ago. And it was always an idea that I thought, oh, it'd be amazing if it did happen. I thought the last time I raced a 250 was 2016 Motocross of Nations. I parked my bike up and I thought, man, I never achieved what I wanted to achieve. Never got that World Championship, and I thought I wasn't ever going to be able to race a 250 again, just how the world works. But no, I raced a bit on 450, now back on a 250, able to take all that experience and figure things out, and World Supercross came around at the perfect time for me. So yeah, happy.
Yeah, just taking a look at your whole career, right? You come in as this young gun and you're a title contender every time you step in, and somehow you turn 25 and all of a sudden the media labels you as a veteran, and they're looking at your retirement. Like, what is that?
I was lucky enough to have a great teammate, Justin Brayton. Justin Brayton, still at 39 years old, was incredibly competitive. He's now actually become a mentor, a friend, a manager, a coach, whatever you want to call it. He's been very influential over the last couple of years, and he told me, he goes, Max, my best years were from 31 to 37. He won a Daytona Supercross in the US at 36. 34 or 36 was one of them. Make sure I get it right. The age is going up because I think the medicine, the doctors, they are able to heal your injuries faster and more effectively. So also nutrition, training, there's a lot more advances in everything going on that your body can stay fresher, stay better, and also you are bigger, stronger, more experienced. So even Eli, Ken Roxon, there's guys that are getting up there in age. What the norm is, you know, back in the day, you had Ricky Carmichael, these guys were all retiring by 25, but they'd won a million races and made hundreds of, however much money. And it's one of those where now to be able to have the longevity in the sport, of course we all want to win and do what we can, but it's yeah, I feel really good. So I mean, as far as it goes for me, I'll touch on that. It's good. I feel better than I've ever felt, and want to keep it rolling. Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, look at Mike Brown, Jeremy McGrath, and my husband too.
Yeah.
You know, they're still super hungry, super fast, and it's incredible to watch them. And I would imagine that you still have a ton to accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, to get the World Supercross Championship was a box ticked off, and I was like, right, that's pretty amazing. And now riding for this new team, obviously they're primarily based in the States, you know, with the US Supercross and all of that stuff. I want to show that the World Supercross champ can also beat the Americans in their Supercross Championship and take it to them next year. And you know, want to race Vancouver, use that as good bit of prep. And all right, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to race the whole championship. The team are primarily US based team, but they've allowed me to do Vancouver, which I'm super happy about. And Eli's paving the way, you know, he's able to do it. So maybe one day it will be the same for me in the 250 class, but I want to go and show that World Supercross got me ready for the US and to go and win. That would be something special. But again, taking every day as it comes, and you can't get too far ahead of yourself. So yeah, I'm excited about it all.
Love that. At this point in your life and your career, what does success mean to you? And it doesn't have to mean winning.
I think it's more about attainment. It's like, it's how you feel about, and it's who you become in the process of it all. I think something for myself, I'm trying to help the British sport grow and the way that it looks to the outside. When I was younger, the general person doesn't really know what motocross is. They think that it's just people in white vans riding around in a field. But yet in the US or in Italy, Caroli, or in Holland for hurlings, it's they're viewed as professional athletes, which we all are. So I guess success for me would be to be able to try and help change the view of British motocross and Supercross, and I think Supercross is such a great stage to do that. A general person that doesn't know about motocross or Supercross can come and watch. It's clean, it's a nice show, there's flames, there's excitement, there's entertainment, and it's very appealing, I think, you know, the World Supercross, that side of things. So I think for me, success is being a part of that, trying to change the view of it, and also the young kids, to be able to show them that, right, it's not just about messing around in school or being naughty or just riding your bike fast. No, it's the whole package. You've got to be professional. You've got to, from a young age, become an athlete if you want to get to the top level and, you know, maybe racing World Supercross one day. I do love racing World Supercross, and I think now I really hope that it's going to continue to grow and build and be a strong, stable platform that all of us can go and be a part of and see that, right, we can take Supercross to the world.
Long life ahead of it.
Exactly.
Well, Max Anstie, SX2 World Champion, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.